He's been compared to Michael Jordan and has been labeled the next face of the league. Anthony Edwards was the first overall pick in the 2020 NBA draft and has taken the league by storm. Sure, you might know him from his high-flying dunks.
McDaniels out to Conley. Edwards almost climbed.
Or his unreal blocked shots.
Up ahead, Neesmith blocked. Edwards getting up and good.
But here are 12 things you never knew about Anthony Edwards. Anthony comes from a big family and was the youngest of 4 kids. All his older siblings have similar names: Anthony, Antoinette, Antoine. So his dad gave them all nicknames to tell them apart. Anthony got his at 3 years old, when his dad first started calling him Ant-Man. Ant's father's name is Roger Carruth, and is where Ant got most of his athleticism and basketball skills from. His dad could have gone pro himself, but lacked the discipline. Carruth and Ant's mom separated when Ant was still a kid. Although he would still see him occasionally, Ant has an estranged relationship with his father, who was never a part of his everyday life. Anthony Edwards' first love was not actually basketball. It was football.
Okay, ping pong, baseball, football, basketball.
Tennis, swimming, lacrosse, whatever you need me to play, I'm going to go do it. If it's some money on the line, I'm going to go do it.
Can you golf?
Whatever you need me to do.
At age 7, he was taller and faster than everyone his age. He was a man amongst boys on the field. It looked like he was playing at a different speed than everyone else. Anthony rarely finished a game with less than 3 rushing touchdowns. He was one of the top-ranked running backs in the country at the age of 10. But if we know anything about Anthony, he plays every position possible. Much like in baseball, Anthony played many positions in football, but his main ones were quarterback, running back, and cornerback for the Atlanta Vikings. He played football until he was a teenager, when he saw his older brother Antoine playing basketball. Anthony immediately switched his focus to basketball because it looked more fun.
Hey, Falcons on 3, Falcons on 3, 1, 2. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Nick. Yeah, Nick. Look up, Nick. Put that bitch out there. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
But without football, we might not have ever seen Anthony Edwards dunk. See, Anthony was playing in a football tournament in 8th grade, dominating like he usually does on the field, until he got tackled hard, leading him to break his ankle. After weeks of wearing a cast, when it was finally taken off, his other leg had gotten so strong that he could dunk a basketball, something he had never done before. At that moment, he knew that basketball was the only path for him. He even decided to write down his goals with a black Sharpie on his mother's wall. Future McDonald's All-American, future NBA player. Anthony was so determined to reach his goals that he would often sleep in on his teacher's floor. Knowing how important his grades were to play basketball, Anthony transferred from a public school to Holy Spirit. But Anthony wanted to push himself even more, reclassifying to the class of 2019 to graduate early, which meant he had to take extra classes during the school day and online classes to catch up. Alongside having to practice for basketball at night and in the morning, Anthony was exhausted. Seeing the weight on his shoulders, a teacher would allow Anthony to sleep on her floor for an hour to get some rest. When Anthony Edwards is not on the court dunking on his opponents, he's at home playing with his dog.
Type of stuff with him, and now he uses the same stuff. Like I might be asleep, he gonna come jump on my chest and just lay down, and I might look at him crazy, and he might look at me crazy. Like, this is what you used to do with me, anyways. I might get in the shower, he gonna sit right by the shower. I'm using the bathroom, he in the bathroom. Yeah, he's the most loyal dog I've ever met in my life.
Anthony claims his bulldog, Ant Jr., is his best friend and can't live without him. When he's not hanging out with Ant Jr., you can find him at your local bowling alley, where he claims to bowl every day.
I mean, I bowl almost every day. Like, we got like a 2-3 day break, I'm definitely gonna go bowl for sure. Like, me and my girl gonna go bowl. Yeah, my bowling name Ant, nothing crazy, super simple. I would tell y'all my other name, but not on camera.
When did you start bowling?
Like a year ago, and I got pretty good, super fast. We just was talking trash to each other like, let's go bowling. I never went bowling. I lost the first couple times, and then after that, it was over with. I think I'm good enough to compete with the best players in the world. I take it very serious when I go with my friends. I don't let my girl beat me never, so like, I just start spinning, so this is my straight ball. But now that I spin, I don't use it anymore. I let my partner use it. He's getting pretty good too, but he'll never beat me.
I don't doubt that Anthony can bowl upwards of 200 points. He seems to be good at everything he puts his mind to. If you do see him bowling, He most likely has a bag of Chester's hot fries with him.
I've been eating them since I was probably like 5 years old. I prefer these over any chips in the world. I probably eat like 3 a day. You do the math. Was that 21 bags? Yeah, I eat that many. Probably more though, for real. Depending on how long my day is.
I'm not sure that's the best diet to be on when you're a professional athlete. But hey, if I can dunk like Anthony Edwards, go buy me 100 bags. I will eat them 5 times a day. Who needs to have a healthy diet when you can just eat hot fries every day? Now, not everything Anthony does involves his insane physical attributes. He also enjoys playing cards against his friends and teammates. Anthony always travels with a deck of cards on him at all times. So no matter where he's at, he can play. His favorite game is spades, which he says he can beat anyone at. If it's one thing Ant does not lack, it's confidence. Coming into the NBA, scouts wonder about Anthony's competitive spirit. They question if he even liked basketball. A lot of that had to do with the fact that Anthony talked about being a rapper and, quote, raps like Lil Baby.
Check the scope. I've been grinding for the better days. Yeah, because I didn't take no days off. Mama ain't grinding every day. Yeah, I lost my mama and my grandma to the heaven gate. Looking down on her son, yeah, he finally made a way. Just moved to Minnesota, now I'm in the cold weather. Yeah, through the rain, I don't really need no umbrella.
I'll let you be the judge of that. If you didn't like Anthony's rapping, you might like his brother.
Big music guy. My brother's a rapper, and I love to listen to him 24/7, so.
His older brother goes by the rapper name Be Different and is one of Anthony's favorite artists. One of the most shocking things about Anthony is that he actually grew after being drafted. At 19 years old, Anthony was done growing when he got drafted first overall. He was originally listed at 6'4" coming into the draft. By the time the season started, Anthony was up to 6'6", a true blessing for the Timberwolves. God, you can bless me with 2 extra inches whenever you feel like. One thing is for sure, I hope God is watching over Anthony Edwards. In 8th grade, Anthony lost both his mother and his grandmother to cancer a month apart. This devastated him, as those two were the most important people in his life. His mother was his best friend and the person he talked to the most, and his grandmother actually shared a bed with him, so he also lost his sleeping mate. He carries around a photo of his mother with him at all times, and on draft night, he had 2 big portraits of his mother and grandmother right next to him. Because both of them died on the 5th of the month, so Anthony wears number 5 to remember them by. The number 5 is way more than just a number for Anthony. If you learned something new about Anthony Edwards, drop it down in the comments. And subscribe if you want to see us do a video over your favorite player.